In this video, we're gonna talk about how easy real estate wholesaling could be, a step-by-step model, and I really hope you appreciate my artwork. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Raul Balufe. I'm a real estate investor, wholesaler out of Miami, Florida. I've wholesaled hundreds and hundreds of deals, fix and flips, long-term rentals, Airbnbs, all types of real estate stuff. And the purpose of this channel is to help you get your first or next deal in real estate. First off, when it comes to real estate wholesaling, the first thing you have to do is show people or say it or send mail or do phone calls. And it's all around the We Buy Houses. So if people don't know who you are, if they don't know you buy houses, then you will never buy one. So when I say marketing, this does not mean you have to spend a bunch of money on marketing or anything. It just means that you have to start now saying, talking, texting, whatever to people that you buy houses. That simple. Now, once you get that part down, now your objective is to find people who have a house that's distressed. This house actually looks pretty nice, but in reality, this house is supposed to be maybe a little crooked, a little sideways, maybe a little beat up. But the goal is to find homeowners who have a house and that they have some kind of need or some desire to sell. Once you have that, you speak to them and you send them a purchase contract. You send them a contract at a price that is not market value, a lot lower than market value, typically. And the reason is that they'll accept this is because it's a fast cash deal. Their house needs repairs, so typically it can't be financed. Maybe they don't want to list it with a realtor. Maybe they just need to sell it very quickly. There's tons of reasons why this happens. So you do marketing, we buy houses, you find somebody that wants to sell their property, you write them a purchase contract, and once you have this under contract, once you have a contract signed between the seller and you, then you go up and you find a buyer. Now this guy has a little toolbox. He's a handyman, fixer-upper guy. I wish I knew how to draw a pickup truck, then I want to join a pickup truck. But you're trying to find a buyer who's looking to buy this property from you for cash. Notice cash. No loans, no FHA, no conventional, none of that stuff. Cash. And you could do this because you have this purchase contract signed. Now, once you find this buyer and he says, all right, I'm ready to buy this house from you. What's your price? Let's assume you get this for $100,000. Then you could turn it around and sell it to this buyer for $120,000. And that is done by a piece of paper called an assignment of contract. So it's right here, you can see the picture of it. And you get the assignment done with both signatures between you and the buyer. Sign this assignment of contract. By the way, this purchase contract and this assignment of contract is on my website for free, raulbalufe.com. If you click download now, you'll get it all for free. But anyways, once you get that assignment signed, now you go into the title company. You send this to the title company, so that's you walking with both contracts, saying, yay, go into title company. You hand them the contracts, or nowadays you just send them an email with it. And then they'll do all the title work, they'll make all the paperwork happen, they'll talk to these people, they'll talk to these people, they'll talk to you. And 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, whatever you agreed upon, you'll get an email saying, congratulations, this transaction has been closed, and you receive a wire transfer, in this case for $20,000, from 100 to 120,000. And then you'll be happy, you'll be sitting in your desk with no legs and just really enjoying life at this point. So that was a brief overview. Now we're gonna talk about all the things that the gurus don't wanna tell you, and it's the arrows, it's the gaps. So the first thing is we'll start up here. How do we find the sellers that are looking to sell their property? Well, we use a website called PropStream, basically a list of people that might be looking to sell their property, and we skip trace it through direct skip, which I have my links below. But that's one way to do it. There's also driving for dollars, which you can drive around and see the houses that are kind of messed up, write the address, and then go and find their phone numbers. You could just go knock on those doors. You can call for sale by owners. And it ranges from so many different things. You can send mail, you can go online and find people, but there's plenty of ways to find this. Now, once you find these people, how do you find and get this under contract? So let's say you did your marketing, you found the people. Now, what's this gap? So there's typically a sales process, or we follow a 10-step sales process of how to speak to homeowners to get the right information and then present the offer the best way. And I also have my script on my download now button on raulbolufa.com. You get my script and you get some other stuff. So there you can find the purchase contract on my website that we use to buy all these houses every single week. It's a simple contract. It's about 4 pages long, and you just have them fill it out either on a DocuSign, HelloSign, in person, by mail, maybe send somebody. So you did the marketing, you found the people, then you found the purchase contracts right on my website. Then you come here and you got to find the buyer now. How do we find a buyer? Now, once I have it locked up, how do we find a buyer? So one of the best, fast, and easy ways, which is the way that I found my first deal, is right on Zillow.com. So it's no fancy website, no secret thing. I go right on Zillow.com. I look up this address that we bought the house for, and I look up to see what other properties sold in that area. And I click on those sold buttons, those yellow buttons, and then I scroll to the right, and I see the realtor's phone number that sold it or the buyer's agent. And I just look those people up and I call them and I say, hey, I see you sold a property right near this one. Do you have a buyer that wants to buy another one? Do you have one of these guys with a toolbox? And most realtors will say, yes, I do. Send me the details. I'm ready right now. And that is a very simple, easy way to find buyers. Now, once you find this buyer, it's time to get him to sign an assignment. What do you do here? Like, how do you achieve that? Well, the first thing is you need this assignment of contract, which you could also get on my website. The reason I put all this together on my site is that I kept getting these questions from my students, from the meetups, from meeting people. So I literally just put a document all in one place that you get all types of things. You get my script and all the sites right there. So you find this buyer through a realtor, through the Zillow website, very simple. Then you go in and you just email them this assignment of contract and just get it signed. Same thing you did with the sellers. You can use DocuSign, HelloSign, you can sign it in person. And then once you have these documents, you email title company. What title company do you use? Well, you could really just use their title company, the buyer's title company, or what I like to do is I like to go on Facebook groups for real estate investors and ask them, hey, who has some investor-friendly title companies that could recommend me? So depending on what state you're in, you can ask other real estate investors what title company they use that they know how to do wholesale and assignments of contract. Not all title companies will do this assignment of contract. It actually just happened to us on a property in Georgia, a small town in Georgia that we're doing, and the title company we sent it to said, no, we don't really do assignments, so we had to find another one. So, and then you got it with the title company, and before you get wired, there's gonna be some emails being exchanged like, hey, we need information from these people, we need information from these people. The best thing I'd recommend for you is you get an investor-friendly title company, how I said, and you just give them the contact information of these people, and they will do all the calling, all the paperwork for you, and just really set up the deal. Your job is to find the deal and sell the deal. Your job is not to close it. Your job is not to do the title work. Let them do all the stuff. And then you help out if they need you to help out, but let them do everything until you get paid. And that's it, A through Z. So that was the full overview. If you want something more in depth, drop a comment below on what kind of video, what kind of questions you have, and I'll look at that and see if we make a video for you. If you want to learn more, check out my website, raulbolufa.com. I'll see you on the next video.